Hi, Audrey. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you again. And it's been about 5 months since you completed the Ignite Your Life Reset program, right?
It has, yeah.
Yeah, and during that time, it was just so amazing to watch your progress and your journey and what you shared with us in our group calls about how all that was going for you and unfolding in your life. And I just heard from you last week. It's been 5 months, and it sounds like you've been able to maintain some of your results over this period of time.
I have. I'm really happy with how the results have been maintained and just the practices that I've been able to come back to over the last 5 months to reconnect with the progress and feelings that I experienced during the reset program.
Awesome. So I'm just curious if you could share with us about some of your goals going into it, like what you were wanting to experience for yourself with this program.
Sure. I think for me, the year leading up to the reset program had been one of a lot of changes, moving across the country, starting a business, buying a home, just a lot of external events that had happened that led me to feel really disconnected to myself and disconnected to daily habits and healthy practices. And in all of those changes, I had gained some extra weight and just developed some unhealthy eating habits that I was looking to change. And so I really felt like, first and foremost, to reconnect with myself and to reconnect with my day to day routines. And then, secondly, was to lose some extra weight and to come back to eating healthy again.
Amazing. I love it. And I remember you sharing with me throughout the program how your relationship with food had changed and you found a new joy in food prep and cooking and feeding yourself and your husband that was different than before.
It was. I think that has still been one of the biggest changes since doing the reset was coming back. At first, it was hard to cook in a new way. And it felt a little overwhelming to all of a sudden be eating completely different, cooking completely different. But then getting in that routine of grocery shopping for the week and meal prepping for the week and then having all of these healthy delicious meals ready to go um, became something that made my life easier and made me feel better about my eating choices throughout my busy work week. So that's definitely a practice that I've continued and have really enjoyed and enjoyed just experiencing new recipes and cooking again.
I love that. And it can be a bit overwhelming when you're learning to cook and prepare and take care of yourself in a new way. But what I've seen, I'm hearing in your words about this, is that you can actually have more freedom when you kind of have a system in place and you're planning ahead for the week, and then you just know what's happening. It's not like it's dinner time, what am I going to eat? But you sort of have an
Mhm.
idea, or maybe you shopped over the weekend and you have what you need available.
Yes, yeah, less grocery store runs, less last minute scrambling or like snacking or choosing unhealthy choices because you already know what's in the fridge, what you're going to eat. And I think I before doing the reset program, I was not eating enough protein, not eating enough vegetables or fruit. And so the fruit, I think most of the ladies in the program I was with really enjoyed that aspect of eating, was eating your fruit before your meals, and that's something I've continued to do and really look forward to every day.
Oh, it's so wonderful. So, Audrey, I'm curious, like, since you've completed the reset up until now, like, what are some of the benefits in your health or your life or your energy levels that you've noticed?
Yeah, I would say all of those aspects of my health have improved. So energy levels and stamina have gone up. Just mental clarity and brain fog has kind of gone down. My digestion has improved, sleep has improved. Like all those categories have just improved.
Oh, and then do you find that you have a little bit more energy for your hobbies or your passion projects?
Yeah, I think that was another big component that I hadn't anticipated coming out of the program. I was thinking, okay, this is going to be about healthy practices and food and diet and kind of more the health component. And then, what really another beautiful aspect of the reset program is that it makes you, or not makes you, but it allows you to reconnect to like what you're actually passionate about and to carve out that time to make it a priority and not get caught up in all of the to-do lists and the hustle and bustle and just um that those types of things. So yeah, it allowed me to kind of rediscover like what do I love in life, and that needs to be a priority.
And, as you're saying that, it's just having me reflect like, this is my personal wish for everybody going through this program is to have that be the end result, to reconnect to what you love in life and
Mhm.
really delight in that and have time and energy to do that. So I'm just so happy to hear you say that.
Yeah.
And Audrey, going forward and thinking about others who might be interested in joining the program, but maybe on the fence, do you have any words of wisdom or anything you can share about maybe you were on the fence at one point, or like what had it really be a good fit for you? Any words of wisdom?
Sure. I mean, I really can't recommend this program enough. And I think for me, when I received Sarah's email the first time about the reset program, I was instantly interested, but also financially, it felt a little bit like not the right time. And so just sitting with that and realizing like to make myself and my health a priority, and the money, if that's a concern for people, like it pays for itself tenfold, the ripple effect. So that was, looking back, I'm just so glad that I chose to invest in myself and my health. And if you're concerned about like time scheduling, I would say it it the program itself was very manageable to feel like I was engaged, attending the Zoom meetings, reading the course material, working through the daily practices and food, all felt very manageable while working full time and having a life outside of work and doing the program. So it felt very manageable for myself. And I think, Sarah, you kind of l- led people in the direction of like do what you can, in terms of like especially the daily practices, like don't get overwhelmed and try to do all of them. Pick what you can. And for me at first that was just focusing on the nutritional aspect. And then once that got into an easier routine, I was able to really start to like pick and choose different things I wanted to incorporate. So it's kind of pick your own adventure in terms of how much you want to take on at one time. And you can always come back to it as well. So that's what I've experienced in the 5 months since completing the program is just coming back to, oh, now that I have more time and energy, I can revisit some of these things that I didn't feel like I could in the thick of doing the reset.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing that. And it's true, there are quite a few self care components to the program, and it can take time to implement new practices. And over time, they become habitual. Like there's not as much effort that goes into planning them, but it's better to stack them up slowly, to add them gradually into your life so that they can happen successfully and naturally. And yeah, it was really nice to hear what you were saying just about like carving out that time and prioritizing yourself, like making yourself the priority, especially as one who takes care of others like you do, like just prioritizing yourself so that you can give to the world in a bigger way. And that's another piece of the outcome of this I see for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And one more thing, Audrey, that I've seen in some of your messages is just your ability to really deeply listen to your body and your body's signals and your body's wisdom. So I think that's really beautiful, something you can continue like nurturing and cultivating your whole life.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that is one another big takeaway for me from the program was listening to my body's signals, like when it's saying, yes, this is nourishing, this feels good. And then when there's times where, oh, I need, as we work through during my program, like making sure I had enough energy throughout the day to sustain massage. And so, like, listening to that. And so, yeah, I agree. The body signals, yeah.
And part of that too that I saw you mention in a previous message is that once you really are connected with your body's signals and needs and have these practices in place kind of for the long term, then there's a little more wiggle room. You know, if you go to a party or a
Mhm.
potluck, you can still have a treat and enjoy things you might not eat on a regular basis, but your body is in this new place of balance and this new set point. So it gives some wiggle room to enjoy these different occasions too.
Yes. Yeah.
So we need to enjoy the life, right? All the different
Yes.
ways. Well, you look amazing, Audrey, and I
Thank
love hearing
you.
so much what you're sharing and just that you're deepening in your own practices and supporting your clients and community, probably in deeper ways as you go forward.
Mhm. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today. Really wonderful to see you.
Good to see you too, Sarah.
Wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.